All right, room 4, I'm back. We just read the foot book and we talked about all different kinds of feet. So our next activity, we are going to do a measurement activity. It's a really long word, so I wrote it down here for us. Let's spell it. MEASUREMENT. Whew, that was a really long word. Good job, guys. So we are going to talk about how long or how tall something is or how small it is. We're going to measure its size. That's what measurement is. And we're going to look at if things, in this case, shoes, because we read the foot books, we're going to measure shoes. Are they bigger or smaller? Okay? I'm going to keep this here so you guys can kind of see it. So I have, let's count the shoes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 shoes with me, and we're going to see which ones are bigger and which ones are smaller. So first I have, this is one of my shoes. This is Miss Cassie's tennis shoe, okay? This is my tennis shoe, and then I have my 2 pairs of my husband's shoes too. So this is one of Devin's tennis shoes. So let's compare. So to compare your shoes, you're going to line them up like this. Make sure they're even at the bottom, see? And then we're going to see which one is taller. So which one out of these shoes is taller? Good job. This one is taller, right? It goes longer. Which one is shorter? Good job. My shoe is shorter. So that means I have smaller feet than my husband. So his tennis shoe is taller or bigger or taller, and my tennis shoe is smaller or shorter, right? Okay, so we did those. Let's do, now I have a brown sandal. Let's compare my sandal to Devin's tennis shoe. Let's go like this. So I'm going to line them up again. Which one is taller? Tennis shoe again. Which one is shorter? The sandal, right? Now let's do, Devin has another brown shoe. This already looks taller. Doesn't it look pretty tall? This is a fancy shoe. So let's compare the brown shoe to my sandal. Line them up. Which one is taller? Yep, Devin's shoe again. This brown shoe is taller than my sandal. My sandal is shorter than the brown shoe. Now let's do, should we do both of my shoes? Do you think these will be the same or different? So these are both Miss Cassie's shoe. I'm going to line them up at the bottom. Okay, they're lined up. Which one is taller? It's kind of hard to tell because my tennis shoe is a little bit curved. But if you kind of go like this, you can see they are the same, which makes sense, right? Because my feet are the same size. So all of my shoes are a certain size to fit my feet. And your feet are a different size than me too, right? We all have different kinds of feet. So my shoes are the same. Now what if we take Devin's shoes? So we're going to take his fancy brown shoe and his gray tennis shoe. Let's line these up. Which one is taller? Kind of have to push it like that. Look, the brown shoe is a little bit taller than the gray shoe. Now, Devin has the same size of feet, but some shoes are different. So this shoe is a little bit taller. That's just kind of the style of the shoe. But for the most part, they're the same. This one's a little bit taller. So I want you guys to find, you only need one shoe. You don't need both shoes for this activity. So I want you guys to find one of your shoes and then find someone in your family or someone at your house right now. Find one of their shoes. So you could find mom or dad's, a brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, whoever you want, okay, sibling. And you're going to compare shoes. I don't have any kids at my house, but if I had kids, I would take their shoes, and their shoes are going to be a lot smaller like your guys' shoes. So if I compare their shoe to my shoe, their shoe would probably be like this or something. So their shoe would be a lot smaller, and my shoe would be bigger. So I want to see sizes. Maybe you guys have a younger sibling or someone at your house right now, and you can compare the sizes of their shoes too, okay? So you guys can compare shoes. And then another way, let me make sure this is still recording, okay? So another way is, you guys have seen this in our classroom. This is a tape measure. Oh, I got a little bit of knot. So if you want to keep practicing, and you don't just have to measure shoes, you can measure your socks, your feet, other friends' shoes. You can measure books. You can measure pens or markers. You can measure paper. You can measure dog toys. Kind of whatever you want at home. And if you have a measuring tape, you can measure it. And if you don't have a measuring tape, that's okay, because you could compare things. Maybe you want to see how tall this paper is compared to how tall the book is, right? So if I hold them side by side, which one is taller? The paper, right? So you guys can kind of compare and measure whatever you want. So for fun, I'm going to take my measuring tape and we start at the number 1. So we're going to start at the number 1 and hold it really, really straight. We're not going to hold it like this or like this. You have to hold it really, really straight, okay? And we're going to measure a shoe. So let's measure my sandal. Ask a family member to help you with this. So you're going to start at the very, very top. And you're going to go all the way down. And that's how long it is. Now let's read the number. Can you guys see this? 1, 0. What number is that? 1 and a 0 is 10. So it's like 10, almost. You see the 11 is right there. So I'm going to say it's just under 11 inches. So my sandal is 11 inches. See? Now let's do Devon's really tall shoe. So you're going to line it up and put your finger here to hold it. Again, someone can help you with this. And you're going to measure all the way to the bottom. Did I make it all the way? Is that good? Okay, now let's read the number. I see a 1 and a 2. What's that? 12. And just right here, a 1 and a 3. So 13. It's just under 13 inches. So his shoe is over a foot long. Holy moly. So mine was, did we say my sandal was, did we say mine was 12? Or no, mine was just under 11 for my sandal. And Devon's was 13. And if you want to get really fancy, you can even write down your numbers of your measurements, right? Like you can record it like a little scientist. So let's see, my number was 11. So that's a 1 and a 1, 311. And Devon's was 13, a 1 and a 3. So this is a good way to compare, to measure, and then you can write down your numbers and practice your writing too. Okay, so I want you guys to do this. You can take pictures and send them to us and have fun with this too, okay? Maybe you want to measure, how long is my, this is going to be hard to hold. How long is my arm, right? So you can hold it like this and measure. My arm is 21 inches. So you can measure whatever you want if you have a tape measure, or you can compare it. Maybe you want to see how many markers tall your paper is, right? So you could go 1, 2. So my paper is about 2 markers tall. So you can really measure whatever you want. Let's see how long Joey's foot is, or his leg. Come here, Joey. Joey, come here. Joey, sit. Sit. Good boy. Okay, ready? We're gonna measure. So we're gonna go at the top of his leg, all the way down. Oh, don't move, Joey. All the way down to the bottom. Okay, so what's this number? This is the length of Joey's leg. Do you know what that number is? 9. So Joey's leg is about 9 inches tall, right? So you guys have fun with it and start measuring, okay? See you guys later. Mwah.